Hi, hello. Wishing you all a very happy new year. I am Ananya, a watercolor artist, and welcome to my channel, Ananya's Watercolor Studio. I have been practicing watercolors for the past 5 years. Watercolors can be fun as well as challenging, and this is what I like the most about them, and that's the reason why I took up watercolors. So today I'll just show you what we are going to paint. A simple loose watercolor flower. Now for the supplies, my personal favorites are these brushes. These are from Silver Black Velvet. Round, I have a 4, 6 and 8. This is a fine liner for detailing. I also use these Princeton Neptune series, the same numbers round. And both the brushes are very good. They have good water retentions and are very soft. So ideal for loose watercolor paintings. Then we need colors. So as you can see, my color palette. Now I have Camel Artist watercolor here, approximately 24. Anything about the colors, they are all rich and vibrant, and any different color which I'll be using which is not there in this 24, I'll let you know. Now for watercolor, the most important thing is the paper which we use. So it has to be a good watercolor paper which will retain its water for a longer time. As a beginner, I have here this Scholar one, which is a 300 GSM, and this is from Anupam. This is also 300 GSM. The size which I am using is A5. Apart from that, beginner friendly, there are many other options. You can even use the Brewster one. Now this is another watercolor paper, though the finish is matte. The rest others, like you can see, that is rough. So this is a Sitaram handmade watercolor paper. You get rough finish also in this. Even these are good. Now you require a spray bottle, which you can get at any local store. This is just to wake up your colors, and a rag or a tissue paper for wiping off, and 2 jars of water. I say 2 jars because we require one for clean water and another for just washing our brushes. So we should always remember one thing, like any painting we draw it for the first time or the second time, it is going to be different. So we are not here to copy, but just to get the essence out of it. So for this particular painting, I have used my silver brushes, mostly number 6 and number 4, and apart from that, a fine liner. Now I'll let you know the colors which we have used. As you can see, for the center here, we have used a gamboge yellow sitting right here. So let's just activate it. This is the gamboge yellow. Then we require, this is the burnt umber. For the flower, we have used crimson red. For the greens, I have used the sap green for the brighter one, which is right here. The sap green. And for the darker green, I have used the viridian. So since we are doing a loose watercolor flower, there is no need to draw. We will start with the colors directly, and since it's a loose watercolor flower, it's very freestyle. So just be free, don't restrict yourself. We'll be starting with the center. So this is the gamboge yellow which we had used. So let's start by putting in small dots in a rough circle, not a perfect one, and do leave some gap in between. We don't want it to be filled flat. Then let's start off with the petals. Now for the petals, as you can see, I am still using the number 4, and what we are going to do is just start putting small dots around the center which we have just drawn. You can leave a gap, otherwise also if you touch and the yellow color bleeds, it's perfectly fine. After this, for the petals, we will be using our number 6 brush. So the idea basically is to just load up your brush with enough water and to drag the pigment out in the form of petals. Again, load it up with water and drag. Continue going around the circle. If you are not comfortable, you can just rotate the paper the way I am doing it. And that is your flower. Immediately, while it is still wet, we will drop fresh paint at the center so that it bleeds out and gives a good shading. Now let's move on with the greens. So here is sap green. Now we'll be making a few leaves on either side. Maybe 2 more over here. Now let's change the brush and we will pick up this burnt umber. We want a thick color, not a diluted one, and we'll give finishing touches to the center by just going around, adding a few dots of the color, and even you may drop a few in the center also. Try not to cover the entire yellow. Now we will take up the other green, which is the viridian, and maybe we'll have a few smaller leaves over here. Okay, a few over here. Now, while we wait for the flower to dry up, see it's still wet over here, we will take a fine liner brush and pick up the same crimson red and maybe add a few lines This is entirely optional. If you don't wish to, you can just leave it like this. And I guess that's your loose watercolor flower. I hope you liked it. If you like my videos, kindly do like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications. So, see you in my next video. Bye bye. Thank you.